Hello all. Welcome to my new YouTube channel about Lineage 2. I will create more content about European servers, daily instances, farm add-ins, Olympiad, and more other. Today we will review 2 European servers, Core and Orphan, in 2024 year. We will check the trading, availability of goods, and occupancy of locations, and we will compare the 2 servers for better playing. Let's go. Let's start with the trading on the server, Orphan. I'll remind you that this is a new server that opened not so long ago, less than a year ago. The server opening coincided with the addition of a new class, Shinemaker, and at the launch, there were many gifts given, including a full armor set and Velocus. Also, there are ongoing events for leveling up, leveling bonuses. The market here is not very active, and there are noticeably fewer players. The range of goods is smaller. For example, there is only 1 page of weapons and 4 for armor, and high-level enchanted weapons and armor are absent. However, there are quite a few accessories, such as jewelry. In the accessories section, we can see more than 10 pages of various accessories, some even enchanted and enhanced. There are many enchantments for bracelets and brooches. In the supplies section, we see many different scrolls for cloaks, bracelets, and agathians for artifact books and brooches. There are more than 10 pages of goods, which is not bad. In the miscellaneous section, we see that there are artifact books, talismans, massy and terci crystals, artifact crystals, and level 5 tattoo dies. Also, stones for PvE and PvP insertion into armor and weapons. There is a considerable number of temporary talismans that give a significant bonus to your character. As you can see, there are many pages of items in this section. Overall, it's not like there's nothing at all, but there aren't a lot of items. Let's move on to the private store. Here, there are very few items in the weapons and armor tabs, and there are no items at all in the artifact section. There aren't many scrolls, a few soul and spirit shots, and a bit more in the miscellaneous section. The cost of donation coins is approximately 400,000 each. In my opinion, the online population isn't very high, and the relatively new server is the main reason for the lack of many goods. Therefore, you'll have to craft most items from scratch here. Now let's look at the trading on the server, Core. This server is much older. It's been over 10 years. This server has come a long way in its development. As you can see, there are a large number of traders sitting on the ground in Aden, buying or selling. Here, the market is much more active, and there are more players. The range of goods, such as weapons, is greater. There are even cursed weapons and dragon weapons. There is a lot of enchanted weapons at plus 32. They even sell plain weapons without enchantment, and there are quite a few of them. In the armor section, we also see a lot of armor with enchantment plus 8 and higher. There are also dragon shirts at plus 5, belts, and even enchanted symbols, which provide additional damage through passive skills for each class. In the accessories section, we see many different accessories. Importantly, they are already enchanted and enhanced, such as jewels, and the assortment is large. In the miscellaneous section, we see that there are artifact books, talismans, massy and terci crystals, artifact crystals, and level 7 tattoo dies. Also, stones for PvE and PvP insertion into armor and weapons, but of a significantly higher level. We also have a considerable number of temporary talismans that give a significant bonus to your character. As you can see, there are many pages of items in this section. Overall, there are a lot of goods compared to the previous server. Let's move on to the private store. Here, there are a lot of items in the weapons and armor tabs, probably no less than in the auction. There are immediately our 110 sets at plus 10, various agathians, shirts, and talismans, belts enchanted to plus 3, and ready-made are 110 magical sets with full attributes enhanced and enchanted to plus 10. There are also goods in the artifacts section, quite a few in the scroll section, a few soul and spirit shots, and a bit more in the miscellaneous section. The cost of donation coins is approximately 1,800,000 each. In my opinion, there is a larger online population here, and since the server is older, the economy is slightly more developed. There are even various old items that won't be on the new server anymore. For example, a talisman with a 13% magic critical chance and old S80S 84A sets. Let's assess the population density of basic starting locations, starting with the Orphan server. The first location is Blazing Swamp, level 99. You'll be guided to this location by the initial quest chain, as leveling from 1 to 99 takes less than 2 hours. So let's immediately look at this location. As you can see, the location is not overcrowded, there are spaces available, but it's not empty either, which is not bad for a new server. There are even several groups in the party search where people come together for leveling, as there is a group bonus for these locations. Let's run a bit further, and still, there are no more people. The next location is Silent Valley, level 106. Yes, I agree that there are also level 102 and 104 locations, but there are no people there, so let's move straight to this one. As you can see, there are quite a few people here. You can see at least 3 to 5 groups minimum. Let's run a bit further. As you can see, there's a player there and someone is leveling up at that spot. You can find space for yourself, but it's not empty here. The next leveling location is Alligator Island, level 108. Here, it's necessary to have a higher level and at least some minimal boost. As you can see, there are only 3 to 5 players at the spots here. The next location is Neutral Zone, level 110. This is a group area, and to stand here, you need to have a decent boost and level or a leveling group. As you can see, the location is completely empty. Maybe 1 to 2 players are standing here, but not right now. And now let's assess the population density of the basic starting locations for the core server. The first location is Blazing Swamp, level 99. As you can see, the location is not overcrowded. Much like on the Orphan server, there are spaces available, but it's not empty either. There's a bit more activity in the party search for leveling. Let's run around and take a look. The next location is Silent Valley, level 106. Compared to Orphan, it feels like there are less number of players here. The next location is Alligator Island, level 108. Compared to Orphan, it feels like there are roughly the same situation. But I can't say the same about the last location, Neutral Zone, level 110. Here, there are noticeably more players and groups. You can even find a group searching specifically for this location. So, let's summarize. On the core server, there is higher online activity and a more developed market. You can buy many items directly. Also, with higher online activity, it's easier to find groups for activities like leveling or raiding raid bosses. However, one downside is that the server is older, and there are characters who likely have much better gear, making it difficult to catch up. On the other hand, on the new server, there are few items in the shop, so you'll have to craft, trade, etc., which can be time-consuming. Most players seem to play at lower levels, but oddly don't group up and play solo instead. Finding a group is only possible for leveling from 99 to 105. Beyond that, it's mostly solo. But the choice is yours. Thank you for your attention. If you're waiting for more content on L2 Main EU, then subscribe to the channel. There will be more to come.